this is Dame, I guess specifically talking about Diddy and Biggie copying him and Jay Z. Now it's funny because a lot of people would say that a lot of people say that Jay took inspiration from Big,
For sure.
but he said Diddy. That's what the title of this is. So, and let me be clear, I don't not like Dame.
Equal
I don't.
opportunities.
I don't not like Dame. I just don't agree with a lot of the stuff that he be saying. I think that he's done some phenomenal things. I think that he's a phenomenal businessman and all of that stuff. But where at what point are we supposed to agree with somebody just because we liked their legacy or some of the stuff that they did? I don't understand that part of the game. Why you don't think that Smitty? Why you don't think I like Dame?
I don't say necessarily you don't like him. It's just it's like you be having smoke to a certain extent.
See, this is why I can't be friends with people, bro. And on these in these celebrity spaces and shit, because it's like I wouldn't. They expect for me not to be objective, bro. People choose side based off of people they like.
No,
They don't.
I definitely
They not objective, and then they, you know what I'm saying, evaluate whether or not they agree with somebody based off of if they agree with them or not. They pick sides based off of people that they like. I don't do that. Like when I'm reviewing something, I review it based off of whether or not it's real or not.
yeah, I agree.
So it's like I said, I think he probably a cool person. I don't know him in real life. I react to the content. You've never seen me attack him personally. I don't sit there and talk about people's family or nothing like that. I don't care about his health. I don't care about none of that. I care about the talking point that he's talking about. On Patrick Bet David. Hold on, dang dash. Talks. All right, let me go ahead and play this and see what he's talking about, bro.
94, November 30th, 94 is when Tupac gets shot, right? When he's in the studio, Biggie, the whole controversy, what happened there. Then he comes out, then he gets shot the second time, 9/6/96. 9/13 is when he dies. He writes Hit 'Em Up 6/4/96. So you're starting 95. You said you're in St. Thomas. You guys are talking about Rockefeller with Biggie and Jay-Z. What's East Coast? Big. Oh, Biggs. I'm sorry. They said okay. So what's East Coast, West Coast looking like at this time? How hot are things right now?
I mean, they was beefing with Biggie, so we were like the only ones that would stand next to Biggie at the time. So if you notice, we made records. Brooklyn Finance, which I produced with Clark Kent, was made, and he was in our videos. Ain't No Nigga and all that. Biggie was the only person that I used to smoke with. I didn't smoke before at all. We used to drink, and supposedly Jay and Big went to school together, but Jay didn't know him, And our thing was because we were doing the stuff like going in and getting the money and doing the popping the bottles and all that. In that moment, we had always felt that Biggie and Puff were copying us. Always, they were always like they'd see us in the club, and it seemed like the next day a record would be made.
You thought Biggie and Puff were copying you guys?
No, they were. No
and
doubt.
Who's we? It's you and Jay?
Yeah, my whole crew, Rockefeller.
So
we was really getting money. You know what I mean? So, no disrespect to Biggie, but it was a different hustle. We weren't like on the street pitching work. You know what I mean? We was a connect. So it was a different kind of thing. But that lifestyle of hustler and all that was us. That was them copying us, for sure. And
what do y'all think about that? I don't have an opinion anymore because I can't.
Here we go.
I can't have an opinion because then they're gonna be like, if I say yeah, I rock with Dame, then they're gonna be like, no, you hate that. Like, I don't have an opinion at all. I don't have a thought.
I just want to know, like, what does this matter though? What does it matter? What does it matter?
Well, technically, we can say that Patrick Bet David asked Dame, about what it was like out there in the streets at that particular time. And so I get maybe Dame is painting the picture.
That's fair.
That nigga wasn't about that life.
You don't think that? Yeah, Dame. Come on, now you got to give him that. You don't think that Dame was about that life? Dame and him was about that life?
Nah, that nigga was in the high rise, nigga, calling shots, nigga. He wasn't doing shit.
Nah, this is the streets. This is before they hit the high rise. Now, I do believe that Dame and them was getting money like that. I absolutely believe that Dame and them was getting money like that. Because you got to remember, they funded their own stuff. And this is the 90s. So it wasn't on social media. It wasn't none of that shit. They had to actually get it out the mud in real life. You know what I'm saying? And they had to put up their own money in order to do this stuff. Even when it came to recording, like today, you know what I'm saying? The barriers to entry as far as being able to record your own shit and do your own thing as far as, recording music is way different. Back then, you had to pay for studio time and DAT tapes and everything like that, bro. So it was just it was a different time. It was a different game.
It was rough.
Yeah. And you didn't have the same distribution. Like now, you can release it on all platforms, and as long as you got a social media presence, you can tap into your audience. Whereas then, in order to get on the shelves of Circuit City and Best Buy and
Nigga said Circuit City.
it was Circuit City.
Physical joints.
It was Circuit City. It was Best Buy. It was all of the record stores. That was
real distribution. It was real distribution.
Yeah, it was distribution. As a matter of fact, the way that they counted the units was units shipped.
Yep.
They counted it as units shipped. See, a lot of people, they don't really know about the game, bro. They don't know.
Yeah, that shit had to be literally pressed up. It wasn't no just coming out. That shit had to be like thought out and really like all the dots had to connect, and then you would get some shit put out there.
Yeah, and that's why they needed the record labels. They needed the record labels differently back then because the record labels was the distribution.
Yeah, they needed that. That's why Koch got so big. I don't know what kind of distribution Koch had, but they got huge.
Yeah, I think Koch wound up changing into Empire.
Oh, really?
Didn't they? Eventually, they rebranded.
I don't know. Like a little bit after, like Cameron, not Cameron, but Prodigy and Jim Jones. I never really heard of them anymore.
Yeah.
What happened? I think Cameron was on Koch too.
Harmony House, yep, all of them. Yeah, Cam and all of them was on Koch. You're right. They was getting money. They was getting better deals.
Yeah, because I think Prodigy recorded. I think he recorded HNIC on there.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Let me keep playing this.
So
I think Mobb Deep and them was signed to it wasn't Tommy Boy. It wasn't Rough House. Was it Tommy Boy?
They was signed to a major label, but Prodigy on his own, like he went and did.
Yeah, he did his own thing. Let me play some of this.
So I would like run up sometimes, and I was confrontational with Biggie and him at first, and but when we finally got cool, and he came to our video, because again, this is when no one would mess with him, and he came through, and again, we were strategic. So every time we did a video, we'd have a meeting about what would be the most Big Willie shit we could do. So what we came up with, we go to BBQs and have a whole meeting about it. I'm down with a crew called The Best Out from Harlem, and it's a lot. It was a lot of hood structure to it. You know what I mean? Like we had board meetings in certain places and shit like that. But what we came up with was using real money, play Monopoly with real money, and just had Cristal all over the table. So a lot of heavyweights were there, and he
Steve Rifkin. That's correct. Shout out to Executive Suite MLE. Yeah, that is correct because they used to talk about how Steve Rifkin taught them how to keep more money in their pockets by charging their own budget for studio time and all of this other stuff. Yeah, that was shout out to you, Executive Suite MLE. You the one for that one.
We start kicking it, and I'm like, man, we get into a drinking contest, and he's 300 pounds. And I just got too drunk this night. He got too drunk. We both got drunk. And the next day, Biggs and Jay hit me, and they're like, yo, you was no good last night. Or Jay really did. And that was like the first time he'd ever said anything like that. And I called Biggs. I said, what happened? He was like, man, you was telling him he's your favorite rapper. You were all trying to get in his car. I was like, what? So then, I got mad or whatever. We went down to Daddy's house, and we booked them. to open up for Jay in New Orleans so that Jay could perform in front of him. And then we got real cool. And then from there,
For Biggie to open up in front of Jay?
So we booking Biggie. He could perform.
Yeah.
A lot of people come see Biggie.
Right.
And Jay would open for him.
Jay-Z would open for Biggie.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what we booked.
Right.
We did. Yeah.
And at this point, who is bigger?
Biggie. Hell,
Okay.
Biggie had a deal with Puff. See, Biggie always wanted to act at that point. Biggie was gonna. What was supposed to happen was he was gonna do. He did that double album. He was gonna do a triple album. Then he was gonna come to Rockefeller with us.
The commission.
The commission. Yeah.
So he was going to do the commission with you guys.
Yeah. That was it. I was trying to get all. So I tried again. Bitch ass Steve Stout. I tried to sign the firm. So
Jesus Christ, bro.
He called that nigga a bitch ass.
Man, he hates Steve Stout, bro.
This shit was going so well. It was going so well, bro.
He can't stop, bro. He can't help himself.
This was going so well, and it just went left just like that.
Hey, man. He can't. He don't fuck with that nigga, man.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ.
I don't know what happened with them. Fuck with that dude, bro.
I'm gonna read the super chat shortly, y'all. Damn.
I was trying to get the firm that record in Reasonable Doubt, the AZ. Nas was supposed to show up for that record, but he didn't. But I was trying to give the firm a deal. I was trying to get the whole. That's why I had signed Clue. But again, I tell my ideas, and Steve Stout, being the bitch that he is, he would go around my back and do the deals. And these are the guys that. The problem in that business is a lot of non-creative people take advantage of creative people, and they steal the creative people's ideas and then go and sell them to the devil. The devil's money. You know what I mean? And that's what I didn't use. I never used to use the devil's money, and I still won't.
Who's the devil's money?
Whoever's not creative, that's exploiting an artist.
Jesus Christ. So so if I'm gonna leave my whole opinion out of this.
Nah, you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that.
Oh, you gotta say something.
Yeah, you can't do that. You can't do that.
If that nigga trash, you trash, nigga.
So wait a minute. Selling crack and selling work in the hood is not the devil's money to get on in the first place? I'm just hold on, wait.
No, you're right. You got a point.
I'm just asking the question. So selling work and destroying your own neighborhoods and running it and talking about it like, yeah, I was a part of the crew and we was getting money, and we was a part of the distribution network and stuff, because that's what he said. So that's not the devil's money?
No, it definitely is. It is.
But doing it the other way is the devil's money.
That is wild.
That's all I'm asking. No, because see, if I say that, then they're gonna be like, "Oh no, it's okay for you to sell crack to your people. You didn't know no better." But using that to be able to get on and promote yourself, and then ultimately leveraging that in order to get a deal was not the devil's money, though.
No, it is.
It definitely is.
It's the same way.
Okay, so that's all I'm asking. Because see, then if I say it, it's like, oh no, no, I'm not hating. I'm just calling it what it is. Like is it only because we like him? Because I could still say that give him credit and say he's done some phenomenal shit, but I disagree with this particular point.
No, I agree.
That's accurate. I can't argue with that.
Let me keep playing it. I'm gonna play it.
Lyor Cohen type of guy? Or?
Definitely Lyor Cohen. He's a culture vulture. I made the term up just for him. You know what I mean?
Did you hear what he said about you on Charlemagne?
Years ago? Yeah, I've been punishing him for that. Yeah. I benched him. He used to be in the music business, so now
you know. A bitch ass for that.
Talking about this one here?
Yeah, where he
says, "Who's Dame Dash?" I don't know who Dame Dash.
So usually, what happens algorithmically, another culture always tries to erase another culture that they're trying to empower's history, so that all their leaders they make don't exist. So that's exactly what they do. They try to erase our history. But the thing where he had the gall was that he did it on one of what's supposedly our platform in front of our people, and he did it so recklessly that he was unconscious that we were all watching. So to sit there and say, Damon, I don't know him, what are you saying when he's not around? You're trying to act like he doesn't exist because you want to take credit for everything that he did. And that's what Steve Stout did, and that's what Lyor does. If I'm a person that won't let you rob an artist and your business model is robbing artists, of course you're going to try to paint the picture of me doing things I'm not, or being difficult, because I'm difficult for you.
Rob,
I don't let you rob the artist.
Can you play the second half of that? Just press play real quick.
You trying to trigger me?
Really
No,
rough,
not at all.
particularly
No, because I
on
think
women.
you've already addressed it.
But I think it helped change the course of the crack epidemic.
Oh, this is him saying
I don't know what's this opioid thing, man.
that he got a
Being a
heater.
crackhead wasn't cool back then. Being a
What?
crackhead wasn't cool. Now they seem like they're making it cool to be drinking lean and syrup and
It's
to
the
be on
most
the
dangerous.
pill.
It's the most
Perks and mollies
dangerous
and-
thing that's facing our society.
Are you?
So why sign an artist that would promote that?
Because I already answered that question. You weren't
Are you
paying
talking to him?
attention.
I already answered that
He
question.
asked
what
me
it says.
I know what he
talent
said.
or issues, and I said talent. But I have to. I can't give up on people.
I'm saying that's hypocritical. Though? You're saying the
It's
opioid problem's a problem.
opportunistic.
Yeah.
I got people to feed.
We're proud.
I got a business to run.
You're gonna make Dame Dash take this clip and call you a culture vulture.
Who's Dame Dash?
The one they
brought
called
him
you a
up.
culture
I don't even know him. I don't even know him. So
How many times
you
have you
bring
had
him-
meetings
his
with
name
him?
Up. I don't even know.
How
him.
many times
So-
have you sat with him for him to say something like that?
That's why it's ridiculous and everyone laughed at him. I couldn't even count the times how many times he sat with me. You know what I mean? I was his boss. That's how I looked at it. You know what I mean? I was representing my company. He was representing someone else's.
So he needed you because you were bringing opportunities to him.
Well, he needed volume for his company.
Makes sense, yeah.
That's what they needed. You know,
Right.
but it wasn't his company. It was Universal's. They had got bought.
Got it.
And what I never liked about that situation is how did he keep a job and Russell didn't? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then they got Russell sitting in the lobby trying to get a deal. I'm like, yeah, can't do that to Russell. It was Russell's joint. And that's what usually happens, right? The person that starts it, like a Russell, ends up not getting completely the credit for it down the line. So he's going to take credit for Def Jam too. In a minute, he's going to say he don't know Russell. You know what I mean? That's what they do. And the thing that was problematic about that is I didn't like when Charlamagne said, you're going to make Damon call you a culture vulture. Why didn't he just call him a culture vulture and check him right there? And that's the problem I be having with people from our culture. When they got that culture vulture on the show, like a Noriega or whatever, they never ask them the real questions. But they'll ask.
Wait. He got beef with Noriega?
No. He's saying Noriega not gonna ask him that.
Oh, okay. I got you.
He ain't got no smoke for him. He's just saying like Nori not gonna ask Lyor, these type of questions. He not gonna ask him the hard shit. Just like Charlamagne.
Nori know what it is though. Like,
But I think that Charlamagne asked him, and Envy asked him the hard question.
yeah.
They
did,
asked
but
him, why would you sign if that's the biggest thing that's facing the issues in society today? Then why do you sign him to your label? Like that was a direct question to ask him. No.
yeah, but he didn't call him a culture vulture. He said Dame would call him a culture vulture. What he's saying is
No. I understand that part, but I think that the more meaningful I don't think that the more meaningful point is to call somebody a name. I think that the more meaningful point is to force them into force them into an answer to make them accountable for what it is that they saying and see whether or not it's hypocritical or not.
Yeah, they definitely put him in a corner. That's for sure.
Yeah, they cornered him.
Yeah, they cornered him for sure. He looked bad. He looked very bad.
Yeah, he absolutely looked bad.
He was flustered. He didn't know what to say. He wasn't expecting that.
He knew. He said what he said. He said, "I got a family to feed."
He did. That was tripped out that he even responded like that.
But what else? What is he gonna say though?
Shit, I wasn't expecting.
What else could he just say? What else could he just say?
And my thing, Mike, is he's probably coming from the space of, okay, I do that, and who gonna stop me? Like,
yeah, I mean, I think they put him in a position, and he tried to answer it as best as he could, but he ultimately came out with the real, and he said, "Listen, we got to get this money, and we got a family to feed. What the fuck are you talking about?"
That's crazy that he even like the fact that he said that.
Me personally, I don't feel like it's crazy.
That's a lot of gall to tell somebody of a certain community why you're feeding that community garbage.
No,
It's
because you got to think about it like this. How many
it's just
people
like
say that again? Your mic
it's just like what Dame just did when he said the devil's money, but they use drug money to start their label. It's the exact same thing. It's just on the other side.
Facts.
It's on the other side. Like
That's a
he's literally
fact.
literally just agreed that that lean is an opioid and it's a problem in America. And then when they said, "Hey, why are you signing these artists that promote it?" He's like, "Oh, I got a family to feed." Huh?
I know. No, I agree. I agree. But what I'm saying is his response
Crazy.
doesn't shock me because at the end of the day, like he's probably thinking about it like, well, what y'all gonna do about it? Like, because it ain't his. I'm not saying that this doesn't happen in other communities outside of the black community, but mainly we know this is affecting us. But he ain't black, so he probably looking at it like, well, it ain't got nothing to do with me. Y'all the ones that keep buying it, and whatever the case may be, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
it's
keep
not.
feeding it.
It's not. Well, that's their problem. That's how they look at us.
I'm about to say, business 101. Ain't no feelings, ain't no color, ain't none of this. Just dollars is ones and zeros.
I
Nah,
think
nigga, it's 2024, nigga. It's feelings, nigga.
it's definitely.
Nigga, you better tread lightly, nigga. You're gonna lose some money.
CPM
Anything
revenue.
else? And y'all want me to keep playing it?
Keep going,
I'm
keep
about,
going.
I'm about to head. I'm about to head out, big dog, man. I gotta go to sleep, man.
All right. See, I holler at you, Quentin.
All right, then. Happy birthday, boss.
All right. Thank you, big dog.
All right, homie.
Let me switch this up real quick. Hold on. I'm going to go there. And then I'm going to go. Let me move Slimmy over here. Well, actually,
Wait,
you
Lee
know what?
by his dreads?
Huh?
Wait, somebody just put in the chat that he was holding Chief Keef by his dreads.
Who?
I think he talking about Lyor. D. Right.
I wouldn't
What do
be
you mean he
surprised.
was holding him by his dreads? I don't get it.
What?
I don't get it.
Man,
What does that mean? What is that?
I think he took a photo. Yeah, he was posing for pics. He was holding Chief Keef by his dreads.
I ain't never heard of that shit before.
That's wow, man. Like, oh man,
I ain't never
it be
heard of
some
that before.
it be some characters at these record labels, man.
Yeah, I ain't never heard of that before. But,
I never saw that, so I don't. Damn, that's crazy.
let me see if I can blow this up a little bit. Hold on.
Wait, Lyor, Chief Keef. Let me see.
I'm gonna play some more of this. Hold on, let me play some more of this. Give me a second.
Asking me everything under the sun. See, I say things in public because I'm cool with the accountability. Challenge me. Show me where I'm wrong. Show me a tape or a video with some receipts that prove me wrong. And I'll have a conversation with Lyor, Jay, Steve Stout, any one of those people that have been painting a picture of me being a certain way so that other people won't work with me. I would challenge each one of them, and we could let's see how many people are mad that you robbed, and see how many people are mad that I made rich. You understand what I'm saying? And when you hear this, I'm difficult yelling. I've been working with principals that always. If you personally have had an experience with me that's been pleasant, why would you listen to someone say that they've had an unpleasant experience? And the person that's saying they've had an unpleasant experience is usually someone that has way more unpleasant experiences robbing artists. I'm just the guy that checks you for robbing artists.
Like, do you think that Dame Dash is getting a bad rap as a difficult person to work with?
I would say yes.
I will have to say, like, I have to put the thing with Jay-Z to the side and just look at everything else that
Mm-hmm.
takes place. It doesn't seem like he does bad business. He seems like a very astute businessman,
Mm-hmm.
and it seems like people are trying to villainize him. but he does not help himself when he continues about Steve Stout and what he did to him. That does not help him. So it's tough, man. Like, it's really tough to say because you keep talking smack this dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I would say Dame problem is Dame don't play the game. His business
Yeah,
is
exactly.
A1, but he don't play the politics in how everybody else get down.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
they use that against him.
They use
Yeah,
what against him?
Just that he won't play the game. Like he won't play like to the tactics of like how they move. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like every system kind of has a game that everybody kind of play inside of it. And you got your people who like, man, F that. I'm not following the rules y'all trying to set. I'm a move how I'm a move. And
Yeah.
I think that's why why it comes out like that.
I agree.
You
I
said
agree.
you agree, Slimmy?
Yeah, I agree. I agree with what Smitty's saying, man. Like, because Dame definitely come off a certain way, and you could tell like he's prideful about being a black man in business, and he definitely ain't playing nice with certain groups of people. He's just not. He not playing
Anton,
nice.
Anton, I give you a perfect example. You are a perfect example of what I just said. I feel like
Why you say that?
I feel like the reason why a lot of people, I ain't gonna say necessarily have smoke, but why a lot of people kind of have the pushback that they have for you, or make it seem like they
For
have
me?
pushback. Yeah, is because you don't fit in. You don't stay in the box that everybody try to set you in, like, or
Yeah,
put you in.
yeah,
Like,
you're
prime
not.
example.
I don't know. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It could be a combination of a lot of different things as to why people don't. You know what I'm saying? I talk a lot of shit though too, and it could also that could be a factor. I don't know. I don't
You
know.
also talking about things that are you know anti like, I guess you could say, cool in certain ways. Like, people want to be cool on the internet, and they want to have cool talking points that everybody can relate to.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody relatable. You just giving straight raw. It's not relatable.
Well, I'm gonna just
It's
keep it 100. It just is
Yeah,
what it.
it's logical, but it's not relatable. Everybody want to be cool, man, and like, honesty is not always. It's never cool. Honesty is never cool. Truth is never cool. It hurts. Truth usually hurts people. So, like, when you start telling the truth more and more, it's smoke.